The Fiat 500, the most retro city car currently on sale, and has styling that's almost a carbon copy of the 1950s original. It's also Fiat's best-selling car in the UK, and with that in mind, Fiat isn't going to change the recipe too much, hence this very subtle midlife update.
It's nothing too major though. At the back, the bumpers get new trim, there's some snazzy new rear lights, new alloy wheel designs on some models. These 16-inch alloy wheels are an option though. Ring-shaped daytime running lights and top-spec lounge models get this star-studded lower grille.
Fiat has also taken the opportunity with this facelift to widen the personalisation options, so there's a few new colours, including this rather sudden salmony pink, glam coral. There's some new roof patterns. This looks like it should belong on a golfing jumper, and something called second skin, which essentially covers the upper part of the car in distinctive patterned vinyl. Now, Fiat hasn't messed around with the vintage flavour in here. I mean, if anything, it looks even more retro than it did before. So there's still the fake metal dashboard, the pool ball gear knob, the row of switches that look like boiled sweets, and of course 7 airbags. But there is some new equipment.
Along with this more retro looking steering wheel, there's a 7-inch TFT screen available as an option. There's some new fabrics and an infotainment screen that includes sat-nav and Fiat's Uconnect system that gives access to online content and various internet apps. But that's an option too.
In fact, a lot of the equipment, even on this top-spec lounge version, is an optional extra, with the entry-level pop not even coming with air conditioning and alloy wheels. With the ability to personalise your 500 in 500,000 ways, the temptation is to go berserk with the options list, but don't, because this car we're sitting in at the moment costs over £16,000. The 500 only comes as a 3-door. If you want 5 doors, you're going to have to go for one of the 500 sister cars, the 500X crossover or the 500L and 500 MPW people carriers. But it's no real problem. Getting into the back is very easy. The front seat folds forwards. And once you're in the back, the seat folds back to its original position, which is quite unusual for a car of this size. And once it's back in its original position, there's enough space back here. For 2 adults, there's more than enough comfort for short journeys. Longer journeys would be probably a bit of a problem, but overall it's not too bad. Now, while the boot does look small, it's actually the largest in its class. If you want to have folding rear seats, you're going to have to go for the mid-spec or top-spec versions. And if you fold it down, you've got an even larger loading area.
Much like the trim levels, the engine range is easy to navigate too. There are 3 engines, a basic 69 brake horsepower 1.2 litre, a 0.9 litre 2-cylinder turbo petrol and a 1.3 litre diesel.
While the 1.3 litre diesel returns 83 mpg and emits 89 grams per kilometre of CO2, the Fiat's noisy diesel engine is at odds with the rest of the chic package. There is the 1.2, but that's horrendously lethargic. It's not very eager to rev at all. So that leaves you with the 2-cylinder petrol engines. They're both called twin airs. One has 85 brake horsepower and the other has 105 brake horsepower. We've got the more powerful unit here, and it just makes this most fantastic noise. I mean, it just sounds like a sewing machine. It's just fantastic. It's fizzy and energetic and really, really eager to rev, which is a good thing actually, because you'll have to rev it a lot to actually get anywhere. It's not particularly fast. Now, all of that revving does have an effect on fuel economy. Now, Fiat claims that this 105 bhp twin air will return 67.3 mpg. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Unfortunately, I've been getting 37 mpg, and it won't get much better even if I was driving around the town. So if you can stomach the high fuel costs, the twin air is the better engine option. It's more fun, it's more zesty, but if you can't, you should go for the 1.2 petrol, because that engine is more likely to stick to its 60 mpg claimed figure.
But if you can overlook that fact, you'll be able to enjoy the rest of the car's good points. While the ride is a little firm and the driving position is a little high, the 500 feels great around tight streets and the steering is light, and it can be made even lighter by pressing the city steering button, making tight parking spaces a doddle.
City car buyers are spoilt for choice these days, but if you want a retro, chic and characterful city car, the 500 is still in a class of its own. If you want to check out the competitors to this car, click the video on the left for our review of the Volkswagen Up, or the review on the right for the Hyundai i10. Click up there to see our latest review and on our logo to subscribe.